Good morning. It's cold. I think it's like 38 degrees. So I'm gonna have to find me a better place to walk now. I don't think it's good for me to walk in the cold and breathe in all this cold air, sucking it in, you know. Anyway, I was just gonna walk without talking, but then my head be talking, you know. In other words, if I'm not talking to you, my head's talking to me, so this is we'll share. I only got 2.2 miles in yesterday. I was gonna go back out last night, but it was either raining or it was just cold or something. Maybe it was raining and cold. But nevertheless, I have to find a different place to walk. But that's a lot of times around Walmart. And the mall's not really close, but the mall would be the better place. Then you can go up and down inside, you know, have some eye candy, and you'd be warm. Anyway. Oh. Songs in my head. Don't think I should be singing that one, but it's in there. I want to love you all over and over again. Yes, I do. Anyway, dreams, you know, just dreams. Dreams that may be fulfilled one day. That would be great. I know I looked at the video yesterday, and when I was trying to show you these dogs, I couldn't show you. So I'm going to try to do better today. Yes, I hear you over there. I'm coming to take your picture. And maybe I'll just make this picture a little bigger. Let's see if I can do that. Can I? No, I can't. Anyway, so I guess what I'll do is turn around so maybe I can see what you see. Okay, that's the route. See those two spots? Those are two dogs, a yellow one and a black one. And they were trying to talk to me. Let's see if I can hold that. Hello, guys. I lost you already. Here you go. There they are. I think. Can you see them? Little dots up there. Hello. Give me a bark. What are you guys doing on the roof? It's cold. And don't you dare fall off. Yeah. They're cute. I wish you could see them. But maybe if I got them in the screen, you can make your picture bigger, and then you'll see them, okay? Because I didn't do it ahead of time. All right, guys. Yes. See you later. I got to go do my walking. All right, so I don't know. I just know winter's coming. I don't necessarily like that, and I don't like to drive in the snow either. So I'm gonna have to figure out just some exercises I can do in the house. I want to do yoga. It's just some simple yoga and some chair exercises, you know, but I got to tighten up my butt. Wonder if it's too late. I don't think it is. Okay, so I'll tell you something. I'm going to endorse somebody. I don't know how to put channels, you know, on my, you know, like there's a place on there I'm supposed to be able to put channels, but I don't know how to do it. So I guess I need to find that out. All right, so here is a tidbit, and I need to do it, but it is expensive. Not as expensive as some things. Okay, what is the website? I think it might be Boomer Boost. Boomer Boost. Now, they have a product, and I don't know how to describe it very well, but it's barley, and it comes from up in Canada where they say it's pristine, doesn't have toxic chemicals and crap, you know. Anyway, they call it, I don't know, the one I like is Gladiator Boost, or not Boost, Gladiator Barley, or something similar. But Here's what it really is. Maybe it is this: Boomers Forever Young. Okay, doesn't that sound nice? So they have one product called the Boost, which is, geez, I don't even know. I'd have to go find the bottles and stuff, but just look them up. BoomerBoost.com, and you can listen to their story, which is really pretty cool. And these guys put these products together. Okay, this one guy, I think his name is Bill Kilpatrick. He's got a radio show, he's got this and that, but he's a nutritionalist, okay? And I called these people, this was a long time ago, I was taking their stuff, and it really did help. I was really down, probably when I was around 63. I can't remember for sure, but it seems like I fell apart when I hit 63. So you guys watch out, and you need to just be, you know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Be doing good things for yourself now. Don't wait until it's too late. And it's really not too late, but you know, it's harder to climb up out of that well. I just pictured a deep old well, and if you're all the way at the bottom, you ain't getting out. But no, Gladiator Barley will help you build muscle, okay? And as you build muscle, you'll lose fat. So I need to be doing that. And I don't know what it costs now. Back then it was $79, and sometimes they'll have sales on buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one half price, or something similar to that. Okay, that's the Gladiator Barley that will build muscle. And then, and what it is pre-digested, I believe, barley seeds. But it's killer. And then the other product is Boomer Boost, which is like got all the vitamins and minerals you need in it, and it's in a powder. So you make a drink with it in the morning. And actually what they do is they use water for their drink, mostly because here's the deal. If you have sugar diabetes problems or anything else, you don't need any extra sugar, okay? And if you have cancer, you don't need any extra sugar, because cancer loves sugar. But anyway, back to this Boost, okay? So what they do is you have a scoop of the Boost and a scoop of the barley, and you put it in a shaker bottle in water or juice or whatever you want to drink. Just take in mind that if you're trying to stay low on sugar, then water is the way to go. You mix it together in a shaker bottle. You know, it's got that thing in the middle that shakes it up. And then actually there's also probiotics. You need the probiotics too. What they have is like a little, I don't know if they call it a starter set or what, because they got other things. They even got enzymes for helping you digest your food, but not in the probiotics are, I should get back on those. Those are great. So in the morning you put in a scoop of that too. So you got probiotics, and you got Boost, and you got the Gladiator Barley. And then the other two products that they sell on that one thing is your omega-3s, the fish oil. That's for your heart and your brain. And D3. D3 helps your calcium get into your bones and stuff. You know, I think, I might be wrong, but I think arthritis is calcium deposits on your bones, which could not get into your bones because you didn't have the D3. You need the D3 to help the calcium get in, okay? Otherwise it just sits on the outside of your bones. So it's kind of important. I can scatter all over the place. Just want you to remember, here's a little story talking about the arthritis. You know, when our coffee pot gets all those hard water deposits all over it, you know, nothing's taking it off. But if you put vinegar in there, you run vinegar through your coffee pot and let it sit in there a little bit and swash it around, all the hard water deposits are gone. So it's similar with inside your body. And also, I mean, I've heard them say too, like air conditioning things on the top, they get all covered with hard water deposits, and that's how you get rid of it. And they just flush away. I believe I did the same thing in a toilet. We were taking care of rental properties, and these people never Oh, you wouldn't believe what I walked into on that. Oh my God, that's a story in itself. But this toilet had stalactites. Do you know what that is? They had that coming up from the bottom. I don't know how that toilet was ever flushed. Maybe they never used that toilet. But it had hard water deposits in mountains in there, okay? Stalactites, I think, are those things that come down from the ceiling in caves. You know, they come down and make these points like icicles. But they're minerals, I believe. I'm spouting a little bit. I don't know. All I know is vinegar is probably a good thing to take every day. My grandmother, Smith, my dad's mother, believed in vitamins big time. And also she took vinegar every day. I think a tablespoon, I'm not sure. But I need to be doing that too. And they do have vinegar pills just at Walmart, you know. But back to Boomer Boost. BoomersForeverYoung.com. I'm sure that's what it is. Check it out, okay? And if I knew how to get them on my channel, I endorse those people. I do. I believe in them. And I talk to them. They are so friendly. And they're old. I talked to one guy that was 82. And he told me he took that fish oil stuff at night to help him not have a stroke in the middle of the night while he's sleeping. So that's something to think about. But it's the omega-3s. And, you know, I don't know much about the 6s and the 9s, but I saw a bottle at Walmart the other day that had all 3 in it. That might be an interesting thing to do. But yeah, the Gladiator Barley back when was $79, and so was the Boost. And then you have your 3 other products and the shaker bottle and a book. Maybe, I don't know what the little book does. It might just be explaining things, or it might be about exercising, who knows. Anyway, if you were to sign up to get that kit every month, then you get another break. And the first kit comes out with a shaker bottle and the book. And after that, you know, it's just the vitamins and stuff. But the thing about it is, it's powder. I'm a firm believer of that too, because you can get it in your system now. You don't got to wait for it to dissolve in your gut, you know, and hope that, I mean, some people have pooped out vitamins that haven't even been dissolved. So really, I believe it is better to have the powder. Now I'm going to jump to another subject. For years and years and years, what I have done for headaches, because I was plagued with migraine headaches, horrible, horrible headaches, and tension headaches, whatever. They make you sick to your stomach. You can't, your head's pounding. You can't stand the light, all those things. Well, this one day, my mother, sweet mother, brought me a BC powder. And I was used to taking those things too, but I must have not been that used to them. I didn't have them. So she brought me that, and I took it. The BC powder is nasty, but if you have like a cola drink, or just a carbonated drink, okay, to take and remove the nastiness out of your mouth. But you don't let that scare you away. When you got a nasty headache, it's okay to take a little bit of that stuff. But let me tell you what happened. I took that, and I also threw that up, you know. But some of it stayed in me, evidently, because within a half an hour, I could function. I was sitting up and talking, and I could function. I mean, I weren't perfectly well, but I mean, you people out there that have migraines, tell me a half an hour wouldn't be cool. It is. So, not just for migraines or bad headaches, but body aches. Other places, I mean, it works better than prescription drugs most of the time. But what it is aspirin, guys. I mean, they've upped the dose now. I think the regular has 800 milligrams of aspirin, and I think 62 milligrams of caffeine. And the reason is, caffeine is a vehicle that takes it where it needs to go. So you take the BC powder, and it's got the aspirin and the caffeine, and it works. It works for aches and pains all over. Thank God for BC powder. However, if you have to take it continually, then you don't need to be taking it, because my surgeon explained to me that it takes away your platelets or something. I don't know. So I don't take it as often as I used to, knowing that. But I tell you what, it works. You're trying to take care of pain and it just don't go away. BC powder will work. I love it. Okay, so I started to say their regular is 800 milligrams, I think. And they have a green label on the box for arthritis. And that's got 1,200 milligrams of aspirin in it. So, if you're in major pain, that'll help. If you're in major pain all the time, I don't think I'd take it all the time. But anyway, you'll just have to check it out. Just walking around the little neighborhood, but I won't be doing that much longer as it gets colder. No, I'm not into being uncomfortable that much. I mean, walking has been hard, but I'm doing it much better. I remember when I first started, it took me 4 different walks in a day, I think, to get a little over a mile. I don't remember what I was walking in the beginning, but it was not very much. But my naturopath told me to get up and get started, build it up. And she wants me to walk an hour a day, continually walking an hour, not, a little bit here and there. So it's a matter of walking for an hour, get your blood pumping, get your everything pumping, So that's a good thing. It's probably a good thing to do it in the morning, which is what I'm doing. Oh my, yesterday was a busy day, so I didn't get to walk as much. And then it got really cold on me, and I said, no, because I'm still a little under the weather. But it was nice to go to the doctor, because this is what she said. Dad is doing great. No congestion anywhere. I mean, she didn't tell him about his head, because I know he's got some there. But he's doing a lot better. He was just concerned that it was hanging on too long. And so what she said about this illness is that it's lasting about 3 weeks. I mean, from beginning to end. And she said he was doing good, and this is what she told him to do, which we're both going to have one in a minute. That product called Emergent C. Okay? It's 30 packets in a box, and you can pour it into cold water. I don't know if you could use it in tea, like a hot drink or not, but anyway, you only take one a day, 1 in 24 hours. And it said, do not exceed the dose. But Dad, he had one yesterday at noon, and he's felt a lot better. He felt better this morning. He said he could tell he was on the mend. So that's wonderful. And all that is an over-the-counter vitamin C. It's got 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. It's got a B complex in it. So it's got several of the B vitamins. And then it's got zinc, which zinc helps dry up the mucus and stuff. So, didn't sound like you really needed to take anything else, and so far, I was trying to remember if I took one. I took one yesterday when he did, except for I was slower at taking mine, which you really should just go ahead and drink it down. I tend to let it linger, and I shouldn't do that. But last night, I went ahead and had a dose of the nighttime cold medicine, it's Equate, but it's like the NyQuil. And I slept well. I didn't cough and stuff, which I haven't really been coughing and keeping myself up. I've just been keeping myself up. So I promised to start going to bed earlier, but I still can't make it as early as I wanted to. It's really against my grain. And something always happens, this and that, I wanted to stay up and read more scriptures, but I did not. I'm going to do that this morning after my shower, after my walk, after my emergency. But I've got to get my room situated. In a week and a half, I'm going to have my chest cut open, and I got a dog that just wants to be on me. So I'm gonna have to get rude, and I don't want to, but I've got to stop her from jumping on me. She jumps up, her claws are in my chest, and she's licking my face, which, you know, I love the love, but I don't want to be hurting. Going in for a major surgery, I don't need myself split open. So I need a small recliner, not a large one, a small, comfortable recliner that will keep me in a cocoon. In other words, when I had my surgery before, I slept in the recliner. And in the beginning, it really helped me not move around, okay? What I want to do is stay in one position and not mess with stuff when I'm asleep. You know, like rolling from one side to the other and stuff like that. I won't be able to do that. And I just found that my recliner helped a lot, so that's where I stayed. So what I'll be doing is taking medicine and probably sleeping a lot for a week. He said the recovery's about a week, so I hope that's true. So anyway, that's a week from Monday, on the 6th of November. You guys pray for me, okay? You don't have to wait until the 6th to pray. I can use all the prayers I can get, but I know God is mindful of me. And I've been praying, and then I just kind of leave it in his hands. So I don't pray as much as maybe some people would. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. You know, I did with that when I got my diagnosis and trying to figure out what to do. I prayed continually, crying to the Lord, do I have enough faith? Do I have enough faith? And you know, if you're praying like that to God, and you continually pray, then you got faith, or you wouldn't be doing that. Nevertheless, it was a good outcome. I do believe God was with me. And it happened to me for a reason. Not just to get me out of my complacency and get me back into where I need to be with my life. It's good to go through that. In other words, I was making a product for my husband who had major nerve pain, nerve damage, just pain in general, and other things too, things to deal with prostate. But I was making him medicine, which, you know, is legal there, guys. Legal in Colorado, should be legal here, and who cares if it's legal is what I say. If it's a medicine that'll help you with cancer, by God, I'll do it. So, me and my husband were both kind of fighting cancer. Unbeknownst, because he didn't go in and get checked and find out what's wrong. But he started taking care of business, and he did see improvement. But that black tar, that Rick Simpson oil, if you digest that, you're only going to get maybe 20% of the medicine, and it is nasty. It takes, they're saying put it under your tongue and let it dissolve. Well, it will never dissolve. Not the stuff I made, you know. It's like a tar. So, plus I had no teeth to keep it down there. But the stuff that I've made, you know, because I was reading and researching and stuff, and things hit me. When I read them, I'm going, I wonder why they said that. Emulsification. Emulsification helps the oil bind with whatever. It can bind with water, okay? So it makes it water soluble. So my product, do not eat it. I mean, it's safe, but you'll be wasting it if you eat it, okay? You want it to go through your skin, or you want it to go. I rubbed it on my gums. I have no teeth, but even if you have teeth, you still have gums. I rubbed my ointment on my gums, and that way it gets into your system, you know, just like going underneath your tongue. It dissolves, it seeps right in. It makes brittle things supple. Talking about skin down under for older women and diabetic women, because it dries your skin out really bad. So I'm talking about diabetics are dried out. They have severe dry skin. So And that means down in your genital area too, you know. So no, this stuff makes things wonderful. Serious biz. Oh my, it's good for all ages that have sex. You know, even the young people, because it makes you more sensitive to what's going on. Now I'm getting hot and sweaty. And it's cold. I think it's 38 degrees. But when you walk, you expend energy and you sweat, and then the cold feels good. But I don't know about that cold, and I don't want to take in all that cold air into a sick lung anyway. But I'm doing better, much, much better. And I feel good about Dad's doctor visit because that lets me know too. You know, it lasts about 3 weeks from beginning to end. Now, I notice, and this is the same with a lot of things, it takes a couple weeks to get it after you've been exposed, a week to 2 weeks. Then all of a sudden you got full-fledged problems. So attack those symptoms when they first start, and you'll be ahead of the game. And the main thing I was saying is I was a little concerned too because it has lingered so long. And I, you know, even though I felt good because of the Theraflu, I was a little concerned that no, maybe I'm not feeling that good if I wasn't taking the medicine. And also, I don't think I'm supposed to be taking that medicine. So I'm not supposed to take anything that has aspirin in it. I don't know if it has aspirin. In other words, before my surgery, they're worried about the blood. But yet they're going to put me on blood thinners right after. And it seems to me, if they're worried about aspirin being a blood thinner, why not just give me aspirin? But I guess they have their reasons. I will try to do what the doctor says. It's not easy. Not easy. So I'm going to do the emergency, which is all vitamins. And it's all supplements. Zinc will help dry stuff up, the mucus, which I haven't had a lot of. But there has been a low wall on trying to cough stuff up. So I'm just glad to know that I'm going to get better. Because, I mean, I feel pretty good. But that congestion in my lungs was still lingering around, and I don't like that. And you can be fine 1 minute, and then the next minute you're not. I had pneumonia before. I almost died. Yeah, thank God for my mother, and thank God for an old doctor. And no, Mother convinced me to go in and get checked, get an x-ray. This was years ago, okay, like 30 years ago, maybe even more. Anyway, she said, I'll pay for the x-ray. I really don't know that she did. And then the x-ray turned into a big, full-fledged x-ray. Because, you know, the first thing he said to me after he saw my x-ray, I should tell you what I saw in the x-ray. The first thing he said was, he said, I think you got cancer. And he was shaken, but he's an alcoholic too. I think he had the shakes anyway. But I had no money and I had no insurance. And, and my mother says, you cannot put her in the hospital. You want to see somebody freak out. She will. So I was on heavy doses of medicine for 6 weeks. And I stayed home for the first while. I don't know how long. But see, I was an integral part of my mom and dad's propane company. My mom and dad and my Uncle Dale. I was everything, actually. The only thing I didn't do was deliver propane. I filled up propane at the place, but I did everything. Secretarial, executive assistant. I mean, I took horrible rough draft copies and made beautiful letters to official people. Wish I had copies of the before and after. Wow. Anyway, I did really well. But I was the secretary, the receptionist, the salesperson, the collector of accounts, the bookkeeper, and everything was done with a pen and paper, okay, on ledgers. Not like everybody has it so easy today on computers. I was the computer, and I was everything except for propane delivery. And then it came time when my dad got an offer to go somewhere else and work and make good money and they needed it because propane company cost a lot, and it was during a bad time, and we were lied to when we got in there. Oh my. Anyway, that's beside the point. I got all kinds of stories I can tell. I get off into different directions. So what was the point? Oh, when Dad was going to leave and go to California and work where he used to work, because he could make enough money to pay the bills. I don't know if he was gone 1 year or 2. But basically, let's see, me and Mother, and I guess Rusty, I don't know if Rusty did or not, but we went and trained. Dad trained us, and then we had to go take a test so that we could legally run the propane company without him there. Now this is the Railroad Commission giving the test, and it was like a high, I don't know my right words, but the highest for plumbers. Anyway, it was an intricate test, and I got a 97. I did good. I did very, very, very good. Now, not that I can remember all that stuff now, but point was, basically, I ran the show. But I worked up from being the entry person and learning. I learned and learned and learned, and then I started with the bookkeeping little by little, and then I did it all but delivering propane. But I had the license to be the manager of a propane company. Now that's in Texas. Every state is different. But that's the Texas Railroad Commission that I had to deal with. Inventory, propane loads, all kinds of stuff that I would never want to do again, okay? But it was a good experience. I worked there 7 years, and we sold the propane company in 1998. But anyway, I don't know what led me to that part. I did a lot of things in Perryton, Texas. After the propane company sold, then I started selling, well, actually, I don't know what I did right after it sold, but then I had surgery. I had a gallbladder problem, which means I had a lot of bills come in because I didn't have insurance. All of a sudden, going from doing okay, just making it, all of a sudden I got massive bills I got to pay. So then I started selling Avon. And I might have already started selling Avon, I'm not sure. But I also went and was a delivery driver for Pizza Hut. And I drove for Pizza Hut 7 years. And I basically ended up working 6 days a week, 2 shifts a day. And I told them, my manager, says, if I ever get a life, then I won't be here. Not like I am now. They kept wanting me to be the manager. Get management, take management positions. But that meant actually a lower salary. More responsibility and a lower freaking salary. I said, no, I don't want to be manager. That's a pain in the butt. I just want to deliver and get my tips. The pay was not very good, but the tips were okay. I found out later on that everybody else was making a fortune in tips, but they knew all these little tricks. And they also knew where the good tips were, so they would maneuver the deliveries so that they got them. Not fair at all. But anyway, what I started to say was, it was so nice to take tips home every day that I forgot I was getting a paycheck. So when the paycheck came in, that was a nice bonus, Anyway, tips make it worth working. But otherwise, I think I averaged sometimes $15 an hour between my pay and my tips, but I was only making $7.50 working for Dad. Yeah, he helped me to get one of the houses. In other words, he bought 5 houses on an auction block, and that was all over town. It wasn't an auction block. You didn't go to one place and bid on all the places. You went to where the house was and they auctioned it off there. But they bought 5 houses that day. And so they had 2 houses that, because I told Dad, I says, you want me to stay in this godforsaken place and work here? Then you need to help me out. I want one of those houses. So, I mean, he got them dirt cheap. 2 of them especially. So that was a bonus for my income. So the money that I wasn't making that I was promised, I got money because I saved on rent. I didn't have to pay rent. And it's been a wonderful thing to not have to pay rent. Because otherwise, I don't know how people make it. I really don't. It's like crazy. Crazy out there. So, I don't know. I think I've walked long enough. It's been 35 minutes. Maybe I'll do one more lap and then go in because I need to go take a shower. And then I want to read the rest of Revelations. And then I'm going back to 3rd Nephi. I told you guys the other day, some people got their up and comings, and I mean not just some people, cities, I won't say nations, but cities all over the place. So what I just read, let's see, in 3rd Nephi chapter 8, is what was going on over here in the Americas when Jesus Christ was being crucified. While he was dying on the cross, the world went crazy over here. Mountains appeared where there weren't mountains before. Mountains turned into valleys. It said people were swallowed up. The whole city was swallowed up by the earth. Some were sunken under the water. You'll just have to go listen to me read it, okay? 3rd Nephi 8. And I think I might have read 9. I can't remember. Maybe I haven't. No, I was discussing reading 9 because chapter 11, oh, maybe I did read 9. Chapter 11, I believe, is where Jesus actually comes. After he's been resurrected, sometime in that time frame, he comes and shows the people over here. That great white God that came to the Americas, that was Jesus Christ. He showed them the prints in his hands and his feet, and in his sides, because he was stabbed in the sides too with swords. But anyway, he came to the Americas. He descended. He descended from heaven. Everybody saw him coming. A land bountiful. It's called Bountiful. And I don't know exactly how long he stuck around, and he might have came and went, but he blessed the children. He called 12 disciples. He gave them the power to act in his name. You know, he laid his hands on their head and gave them the power to go out and heal the sick, raise the dead, all the things that was actually going on at the same time right prior. I mean, all that stuff was going on anyway. People of great faith were doing that. But he called 12 disciples in the Americas and taught them and organized his church. So it was on both continents. And I bet you anything he went and saw the lost 10 tribes and did the same thing. Because all I know is they're going to come from the land northward. And there's different theories, you know, like maybe they're in the earth and not on it. But they're up north somewhere. That's where they're going to come from. And we're talking about the tribes that were taken out of Egypt. The slaves that were freed in Egypt with Moses. I've given you a lot of food for thought. A lot of ramblings of Mary Lou's brain. And I think I am going to go stop. By the time I get to the house, it'll be 40 minutes. Pretty close. And I'm going to take a shower. Actually, I'm going to do my emergency, and you're only supposed to take 1 envelope a day. Okay, that's what it says on the box. Do not exceed recommended dose. So, me and Dad will have us a emergency, and then I'll take a shower. And then, I don't know, if there's time, I'm going to read some more of Revelations. So, 'tis it, 'tis done. You guys have a great one. I know, I walked with my glasses on. They seem to be a part of my face. And sometimes they break up and hide some things, who knows? Anyway, you guys have a great day, okay? Whatever time of day you get it, just happy, happy, joy, joy. Spread the love, okay?